Well, some of the people you can't help but feel for tonight, brides. So many weddings have to be postponed. So what happens to all of those flowers if they've already been cut? One event florist in West Little Rock found a bright way to use them. Our Deckelbaum went along for the ride.
Got it.
This event florist has a problem. They have 200 arrangements ready for a Saturday wedding, but the bride had to postpone. They figure when one door closes, why not open another? So the staff at Silks A-Bloom in West Little Rock, with the bride's permission, drove across the city Friday, delivering the kind of simple surprise we could all use right now.
Hi, we're just out. We had a wedding that was canceled and we're out spreading cheer around town the best we can. So we're picking different neighborhoods and just handing out flowers.
We're just delivering flowers today in the neighborhood to kind of help brighten your day with everything that's going on.
Hope it brightens your day.
They went door.
We had a beautiful bride that had to postpone her wedding.
To door.
The family's glad we're making a lot of people happy.
To door.
She kindly donated all of her flowers.
To door.
Just to try and brighten people's day.
To door.
She was having a very big, beautiful wedding. You're so welcome. We hope it kind of brings a little joy to you.
And they helped hundreds of homes bloom in a dark time.
Thank you. Y'all enjoy.
Everyone has kind of just been overjoyed. The second they see those flowers, they just get a smile on their face, and they're so appreciative to kind of see people still out doing good things.
Hi, we had a wedding that was canceled.
And just in case someone isn't home, all the flowers have one of these cards. They say, "We hope you enjoy these beautiful flowers. They've been repurposed from a special event to brighten your day."
Flowers are guaranteed to lift people's spirits for sure.
It's a nice lesson.
We're just kind of spreading them all over town.
Hello.
When we face problems these days,
So I hope you guys can enjoy them.
choose to let solutions blossom.
Thank you. We're praying for your business.
Thank you. We appreciate it.
Deckelbaum,
Have a great day and stay safe.
Channel 7 News.
Bye.
What a great idea. They're keeping
Very
that
nice.
social distance, too.
That's right.
aren't
Very
they?
thoughtful, yes.
Yeah, well, Silks A-Bloom already had a program called Repurposed for a Purpose, but usually they deliver to places like nursing homes rather than surprise random people.
Yeah, and certainly our hearts go out to the bride and groom who aren't able to realize their dreams this weekend, but there will be another time.
For
we
sure.
hope.
It's affecting so many weddings, though.
Yeah, no doubt about it.
If there is an elegance, sophistication, and refinement to racing, this young rider appears to be the exception.
I actually don't like to say my age. I'll tell you my weight.
Unassuming yet unwavering, Chelsea Bailey worked her way up from walker to groomer to exercise rider. Now, as if the ponytail wasn't a giveaway, she's one of only 2 female jockeys at this storied track.
I've always been a woman in a man's world.
But breaking barriers is not all that sets her apart. It's what Chelsea does after riding that's the real kick. This jockey is just as comfortable in an octagon as she is around an oval.
If you just had the conversation with Chelsea around the racetrack, you probably wouldn't guess that she fights MMA because she is so quiet. And then you look at some of her fight pictures and she looks ferocious on top of another girl trying to punch her head off.
David Kembry is her husband of 4 years. He's an exercise rider at Oaklawn. This, he's happy to watch.
How quickly after meeting her did you know she's not your typical girl?
5 minutes.
You're either a fighter or you're not. And I have that grit, I have that grind, and you know, I'm very, very, very competitive.
In the red, Chelsea Bailey.
A 2-time wrestling champ in her home state of Washington, she was the only girl on the boys team. She wrestled in college. That's right. And actually appeared on national television. Chelsea competed on the Fox Sports UFC reality show, The Ultimate Fighter.
Tatiana had a 5-inch height advantage, but that didn't stop Chelsea from getting on the inside.
She was eliminated early, but Bailey is 3-0 as a professional.
Jumping in a cage and fighting another human being, that's definitely something that's, you know, not your average thing that you want to do. When you add speed to the mix with horses, it's just, I mean, you're living life to the fullest.
They're off.
For now, she's pausing her pro career in a cage as her career on colts finally breaks from the starting gate.
There goes Nashville Knight.
This year, for the first time at Oaklawn, Chelsea is starting live races.
Opening on opening day, I mean, that for me was a goal in itself, was to be able to get him out. You know, this is a big racetrack.
That makes this young rider more sophisticated than meets the eye. She won't be boxed by stereotypes.
You can do whatever you want to do. There's no ending. There's nothing that says you can't do anything. You can do whatever you want. You know, don't listen to what anybody has to say, and that's kind of how I've lived my life.
Hello, MTV Cribs.
One glance in Creighton's closet and the Los Angeles apparel
What really got me that stuff
is overwhelming, because Creighton is quite crazy for Kobe.
His 60-point game.
As the Lakers hung banners, Creighton came to think Kobe hung the moon.
5-time champ. Probably like Magic Johnson says, like the greatest Laker of all time.
I can understand him keying in on Kobe because he was, you know, he was a superstar. He came out of high school straight into the NBA.
Or perhaps what appealed to Creighton is that Mamba mentality. Beat anything thrown your way. That's what Creighton has done since birth.
Right after I had him, it was the next morning when I talked to my sister, and I told her, I said, they say he's not going to make it.
Creighton had a rare heart defect. He underwent a transplant 14 days after birth.
I was telling everyone I was bringing him home, and they thought I was delusional, but I knew it.
Though he survived, he was not out of the woods. Creighton was on dialysis for 2.5 years in high school and underwent a kidney transplant in 2013. That's when the Make-A-Wish Foundation called.
They reached out to us and said, we'd like to do something with Creighton.
I kind of thought about it. I was like, yeah, Kobe.
They invited him to Memphis when the Lakers were in town, but it was the year Kobe was injured. He didn't make the trip.
At least I got to meet, you know, all the rest of the Lakers, and I met Pau Gasol.
That was enough for Creighton, but not for Make-A-Wish. So they sent him to the Lakers practice facility in L.A.
They're doing like group pictures, I guess like the team picture they do.
And you see him coming from the distance, and he starts when he's walking, and he's by himself. He doesn't have anybody else.
He walks up, and he's like, how y'all doing? And I was like, oh my gosh. I was like, this is awesome.
He comes up, pulls a chair up, sits right in front of you, and he just looks at you like, hey man, what's happening? Where you been?
He was so down to earth and so genuine.
He's really sweet.
That's how I see Kobe Bryant.
Right.
Knowing that that was real, that wasn't made up, and how he made you feel.
It was like really cool.
Creighton is still shaken by the sudden news.
I was like really sad when he was gone. It was I was just like in shock, really.
What remains is a closet that conjures memories.
He signed these two, which was really cool. I'll always keep this stuff. He was pretty cool.
He was a great basketball player, but I would say that he was a great person also.
He was.